সকলকে শুভেচ্ছা জানিয়ে শুরু করছি আজকের কথোপকথন অনুষ্ঠান। আজকে আমার সাথে রয়েছেন বিশিষ্ট তিনজন অতিথি যাদের এদেশে বেড়ে ওঠা এবং তারা ঐতিহ্য নামে একটি প্রকল্পের সাথে কাজ করছেন। ঐতিহ্য প্রকল্পটি কাজ করছে নকশি কাঁথা এবং খাদি নিয়ে। আমি প্রথমেই যাকে পরিচয় করিয়ে দিচ্ছি তিনি হচ্ছেন শামা কুন। হাই শামা।
হাই, আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
ওয়ালাইকুম সালাম। আমার বাইরে রয়েছেন রুকিয়া উল্লাহ। রুকিয়া উল্লাহ হচ্ছেন তিনি কাজ করছেন নকশি কাঁথা নিয়ে, তিনি ঐতিহ্যের সাথে কাজ করছেন। আমার সর্ববামে রয়েছেন ফাহমিদা ইসলাম। ফাহমিদা ইসলাম ঐতিহ্যের সাথে কাজ করছেন, তার দায়িত্ব হচ্ছে মার্কেটিংয়ের। সো আই উইল কাম টু Shama first. Shama, could you explain what is Khadi is about?
Basically, Khadi is a type of fabrics. It's similar to cotton. It comes in cotton, wool and silk. But the difference between Khadi and cotton is what we get mixed up with. A lot of people ask me this, what's the difference between cotton and Khadi? Khadi is completely hand-spun and hand-woven fabrics, where cotton is only hand-woven. So that's why Khadi is different, and it's very special because it's completely produced by hand.
By hand, and is with chorka.
Yeah, well, chorka been used to make the yarn.
Yeah. So is chorka is an ancient sort of thing,
very,
or
it goes very
popularized
very old.
by Gandhi in India first?
It's been used many years ago, as you know, but Gandhi made it a symbol of freedom, because back in 1947 when the British was ruling.
In Indian flag,
the
chorka
middle,
is there.
yeah, the chorka symbolized their independence, and Gandhi made it very famous in 47. But my approach is a bit different. I want to focus on more in Bangladesh, because at the moment Bangladesh are producing very good quality of Khadi.
It's similar to Khadi is Nakshi as well. So why you are interested in Nakshi?
Nakshi is more of a personal attachment to myself. Nakshi is an embroidered quilt, but the Nakshi stitch itself can go on anything. But as we know it, history says that often Nakshi stitch was used for quilt, kata.
Nakshi kata.
So we recycle fabric, so often it was recycled saris. So it was cotton saris and we recycle kormo, and then we layer and then we stitch and we make patterns on the quilt. You can take the quilt to say your little napkins as well, so you can make frames, you can make different things, but the stitch work is pretty much the same concept.
Yeah. I'm asking you about marketing. So can you do marketing for mainstream or for the Asian people or for the Bangladeshi people?
I think it can be marketed across the board, and there are people that do know about Khadi material, and there are people that know about the charka, but in our community I don't think it's well, at least in the community that I'm from, the Sylheti community that I grew up in, it's not widely known amongst at least my generation. So if we were to market it, it would be really good if we could market it in such a way that our generation can know more about it and feel more comfortable to talk about it and actually explore it and feel proud about it, really.
I understand you are aware of Bangladeshi garments. This denim and other products are coming to all over the world, and Bangladeshi garments is actually run by the rich people, but working people are all the women from all walks.
That's ready-made garment sector, yeah.
Yes, and in your case is Khadi is from Kumilla,
yeah, at the moment in Bangladesh, the region called Kumilla, which is southeast of Dhaka.
There Khodor is very popular in back home as well.
Exactly, they're the only place at the moment currently producing 100% hand-woven and hand-spun Khadi.
How many people involved in this?
It's a whole entire village.
Have you been there?
I have been back in 2012 when I was working with a Bangladeshi brand called Jatra.
Jatra, yeah.
Yes, I was working with them as a designer.
Okay.
For the work purpose, I have been to the villages, but this time when I'm going around, I'm going next month, inshallah. I will be working very closely with the weavers because I will be making my own khadi to make my collection, upcoming collection.
And what about you? You are going to Bangladesh for exploring?
Inshallah, yeah. So in January, I'll be going to Bangladesh and exploring different ways of how to. I think for me, she sort of captured what I wanted to do in this project was look at stereotypes that young people have. Of, especially in our Sylheti community, I'm not from a background where my family, my mom, when I'm Maika, so namra history kita, amra quite aisi, kila aisi, no Bangladesh kita oisi, tam hiksina. So, what happens is stereotypes build away. So these stereotypes, sa Islam subject and then make for it, so flood. So, school people make jokes and there's it rains, it floods, you gotta swim to your house, it was a joke. But I don't think young people saw the beauty in the rain, Borsha, when it rains, you've got harvesting, and then you've got flowers, diplomacy.
How many times you've been in Bangladesh?
I was born in Bangladesh.
Okay.
I came here when I was 4 years old, and I've been back about 4 or 5 times.
Okay.
I go nearly every year.
What do you like in Bangladesh?
She loves Bangladesh.
I love Bangladesh.
We love Bangladesh.
I love...
You?
Me, yeah, I've been a few times.
Okay.
I went with the last time I went with my family was when I was 16. So prior to that, I've been 3 times with my family, and the last time I went, I was with Kamala Collective, the theatre company, filming for the Birongana production. Yeah.
Can I just ask you a question? Did you have the chance to explore Bangladesh out from Sylhet when you went to the
No,
family?
we went to Dhaka, and when we went to interview the women, we went to Shirajganj.
No, I'm saying when you went to the family.
Oh, when I went with the family.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did they take you places? Did you take you places?
This is the
exploring.
difference. So this is
That's the problem I have seen, because people from here, they take their kids, they take them straight to Sylhet and their villages. Okay. They don't take them anywhere else. That's why generation like this, they don't know anything about.
Yes, but I think now
it's changing.
Now
definitely.
it's changing because a lot of people going to Cox's Bazar, they go to the Sriti Show, they go to the Shahid Minar.
Yeah, it's changing now,
Dhaka
definitely.
University as well to see. Then someone said that they went to MC College as well.
I've been a couple of times.
There.
Yeah.
Okay, so you used a word Birangana, and first this raped women explored by Susan Brown Miller. She is a music journalist from America. So she first wrote a book, Against Our Will. The book's name is. Then another book written by Yasmin Saikia. It's a very popular book on for the rape victims, and it's a different subject. We'll talk later on or next program anytime. So let's stick to the Nakshi. So what is your aim is?
My aim is to create a collection of garments inspired by Borsha, using Nakshi stitch as the technique. What we did in this project, the research and development, that the exhibition that we've got on at the moment, is the build up to what I'm going to do next, which is the collection. So at this stage, I'm still learning, and I am understanding, I'm reading. I'm trying to see the different techniques and how I can make it unique, how I can make it more sort of mainstream, and how I can make it so that it's not just, often Nakshi stitches do flowers and, very pretty things, but how do I make it more abstract? So that is my sort of...
One thing is, I think, is that birds and elephants and horses in the Nakshis. So being a Muslim, a lot of people will object that, okay, no, I will not wear this kameez, or I will not wear this Punjabi because of this animal's picture in there or something. Yeah. So how you can avoid it?
But that brings us back to that conversation about our Sylheti generation for some reason.
Not only Sylheti generation, it's Muslim community, they will
Well,
not,
Sylheti Muslim community
Okay.
of our generation, for
Okay.
some reason I see it as the same like rhetoric basically, is that, you know, we're Muslim, but it's like there seems to be a difficulty to divide, like to understand where does culture begin and end and where does Islam begin and end.
But I think we have to remember
it's
that
actually a
often
different,
how we live our life is inspired by culture. Like when we think of Muslims, we think of Arabs, but being Arab is a culture, you know, is an understanding that comes from that region. So we come from Bangladesh. We as Muslim originated from Yemen, because if you think of how Muslims came to Sylhet is from Yemen. That is sort of the history. But you can't take away wearing shawar kameez because from someone because they're Muslim, because sometimes it's not Muslim, but it's a modest thing. We have to understand the balance of, you know, what makes something modest. Shawar kameez is modest, you know. We're still abiding by religion because what are the rules and regulations of wearing a garment, things like that. Whether if it's an abaya, if it's a shawar kameez, or trousers, top. Does it stick to religion, but it can still be within our inspirations of our history. That makes sense.
এখানে আমি একটু বাংলায় বলতে চাই আর কি, যে যেমন ইন্ডিয়াতে যে বালুচুরি শাড়ি বা আমাদের যে জামদানি যেটা, জামদানিতে কিন্তু এটা অ্যাভয়েড করা গেছে, যে তারা কিন্তু বালুচুরি শাড়ি যদি দেখেন বা ইন্ডিয়ার যে শাড়িগুলো যদি দেখেন, এইগুলাতে অনেক রাইট lot of, you know, animals picture there, birds picture.
But as I can say, as a designer, I wouldn't stop that from, if I want to use it.
You can use animals. From my understanding, you just can't have eyes. So the eyes can't be there. So my current work, I have birds in my current collection, but I work from an Islamic company. I'm producing...
Is that Islamic
design house. Yeah. So we're going to be producing the collection. The rules that they're giving me is that just can't have eyes. You can have the shape, but no eyes.
Sorry to interrupt. I saw your dresses in a fashion show.
Fashion week, yeah.
Fashion week, yeah. So it was really praised by a lot of people. Even Bibi Russell, she really praised. She says that's fantastic. So yes, you can.
Like I said,
it's a big market. Not only in Europe, actually, the Middle East is the big market. If you can catch it, then you are thinking of it, or just you are thinking of England or UK.
No, I think
America.
you know, I just think if you're going to do something, you'd want to have people all over the world see it.
It's global world.
It's marketable.
Yeah.
For everything, there's always a market. There's always a market for something.
Yes.
And if you're Bengali, Sylheti Muslim, and you don't want to have
if you don't want to wear animals, don't wear it.
Animals, then don't wear it. But we'd appreciate it if
but
you
there are
keep your horrible
alternatives.
comments yourself.
What about her khadis? You know, the khadis Punjabi, khadi sador, khodor sador. Khodor Punjabi.
Beautiful. Like what she's saying, we want to get away from that stereotypical use of our heritage, khadi, nokshikatha. She's trying to bring nokshikatha in a way that never been used before. So people like us can still use it and proudly say this has belonged to us, right?
Yes.
And we tell that
khadi.
story.
So if I don't want to see khadi just as a shawl or just a Punjabi that been used. I want to create.
You want to be relatable to the current market, to the younger, to the generation that will be taking it forward to the next generation, and you explain it to them the way they understand it.
So for that, if she wants to use a bird, go ahead. We don't mind using a bird.
There are a lot of customers. They want animals picture and so on. They don't mind. So there is market as well. আমার যেটা ঐতিহ্য যে নামটা হেরিটেজ, সো why you are interested in ঐতিহ্য heritage, what kicks you?
I got Oitijo is an organization, a non-profitable organization that was built
with... Is it social enterprise or?
It's a creative
how
field.
would you explain it?
Yeah, it's basically supposed to be a platform for British, Bangladeshi diaspora,
Diaspora is,
all ages,
All background.
whatever your background. If you're
Yeah.
artistic, they basically it's supposed to be a platform for those to come on board and
Come
showcase
together,
their work.
See, like, I actually got involved with Oitijo because I was in my last year at university doing my degree in surface design. So a lot of my designs were based on mainstream work, but I wanted to sort of narrow it down to what made me who I am, as a person. And my history as a Bengali Bangladeshi always sort of struck with me, and I didn't know how to bring that out to make it so valuable to myself and make it valuable for others, because we were heading to a point where people were just laughing at the idea. So I had, one of the founders of Oitijo, Ruhul, Ruhul the architect, he approached me, finding my work online. He asked me to take part in a fashion show that he was doing. He wanted me to use...
Where was it?
It was at the Spitalfields Church in 2012.
Oh, was it Para?
Back in Para still exists. Para is more of a sort of a social.
It's like an NGO.
NGO sort of. But
They have got a
Oitijo was built a
library
year
in,
later.
Geneva camp in Dhaka. Most of the Biharis living there.
Yes.
They're building a house for
so
the
that
homeless.
project itself was to so take Benaroshi. Benaroshi was obviously known as saris, and we all know as a sari, but at the end of the day, Benaroshi is a fabric, it's cloth, it's made in meters, but we stop at 6 yards because we think that's what it's just meant to be. So we took that fabric and we made garments out of it that were used. So the fabric was, I used it for dresses, so mainstream dresses. I printed on the dresses, I dyed the fabrics and made dresses. So dresses that someone my age would wear, because then they will understand
Not
it more.
only your age is elder than you, and your
The idea is to sort of innovate the fabric, innovate it and make it understandable, so the younger generation are more aware of it, because you sort of translate it to them the way they understand it. For me, that was my starting point, and it's never really stopped, because I've always wanted to explore my culture. And like I said, I've only been exploring my culture like Famida has in the 4 or 5 years, and the things I've learned, are amazing. But Bangladesh is huge. There's so much to learn. There's so much, that we spoke about earlier.
Are you getting any support from your community?
Yeah, I would say so. The Bengali community as so sort of positive.
They're open to things.
Open to different things.
But it's a new thing for them.
It is very new. I love the sort of the love and the support that I get. I think it's very nice, and it makes it even more harder not to do well. You want to do well because you want to take forward the culture that's there.
And we have such a rich culture, and I think it's about time for us to bring it to the mainstream. So that is one of our plans for the exhibition that's happening at the moment at Rich Mix. Mine and Ruke's, if you can come along, you can see.
Do you think it's easy for marketing and you get the business from mainstream?
Do I think it's easier from mainstream?
Yeah.
Actually, I was struggling marketing for this. I think this is the sad part about it is I was thinking to myself when I was doing this social media work for it and marketing it, I was thinking to myself, it would be so much easier if I could just put an Indian in there somewhere. I mean, you think about Brick Lane and you go there and all the restaurants say that they're Indian
restaurant,
Bay of Bengal or something like that, and little do they know that
Indian
every
cuisine.
single person in there that's working away in the kitchen is Bengali. And for me, that's what I've been struggling with, marketing for Oitijo, our heritage, is because it's not popularized unless you go out there and seek it.
How long you are doing it?
I've actually just known about Oitijo for 3 years. I joined Oitijo 3 years ago when it started.
Okay.
That's where I met Rukia, and that's where I met Sharma.
Okay.
And since then, I've been in touch.
So it's not too long,
No.
It's actually an ongoing journey.
Yeah. It's a personal interest, and I think it's quite sad that it took us this long to sort of have our culture blossom in the way it has, because I think it would have been nice for our family to tell us more about it. So it started at a younger age, and our knowledge was more than it is now. But you know, in the next few years, there'll be more. But I think as a community, it's really important to share and show younger generation where they're from. You know, I was taking my nephew home from mosque the other day, and you know, he's next to a neighbour, and one is I think 5 and the other the daughter is about 6 or 7. I said, so how are you guys, like, no, things like that. And I said, oh, you're Bangladesh. She's like, no, I'm British, my mom's from Bangladesh. No, I'm British. And I was like, you're Bangladeshi because your mom's from Bangladesh. No, I'm British, my mom's from Bangladesh. That's not,
It's all
it's
internalized. And
Do
it's
you
the way
think
that
it's
they grow up.
a identity crisis, Hamida?
Did I suffer it? An identity crisis?
No. Do you think it's identity
Oh
crisis?
yeah, definitely. It's internalized.
Why is that?
And it's the way that you bring your children up.
I'm Bengali first.
Yeah.
I'm Muslim.
Yeah,
Then I'm British.
that's great.
So I don't suffer from any identity crisis.
But do you think that's because you've come from Bangladesh
And you're
and
within
you've
the
come to
business?
the UK? Because growing up, I mean, I struggled with that myself.
Okay.
So when I was a kid, I didn't want to identify as Bangladeshi.
Because there's nothing to be proud of.
There was also a lot of racism, and there still is today. But that proudness
Yeah.
should come from your parents, and if it's
And
not
the
coming from your
community as
parents,
well.
and if it's not coming from your community, then you're not going to learn it. And that's why I'm relearning life, and I'm relearning my culture and my heritage now over the last 3 years.
And that's what Etija is trying to do.
One
make
thing
everyone's proud.
I can remind you three is when election comes, I saw one of our former MP, Una King. She wears saris in hosting meetings and gone and on with saris. When she went to Bangladesh, she wears salwar kameezes. So, do you think it's a promotional or patronizing something?
what do you mean?
She wears saris and she wears kameez and all British
Who
politicians.
is this person? I don't actually know.
Una King was former MP in Tower Hamlets.
I don't actually know.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
I think it's someone's personal, because nowadays if I want to attend some events, I wouldn't mind wearing a sari. So I don't think it's anything to do with, what did you say?
I saw a
Like,
lot of politicians
personal.
went to like Bangladeshi events, big events in Dorchester Hotel or Lancaster Gate Hotel. So women come with the saris or silver kameez, they wear it.
We're talking
It's
about
beautiful
Bengali
though.
women,
It's-
right?
it's beautiful,
no, it's English women, English politicians,
Oh,
British
right.
politicians.
I
So
have a
it's-
problem with that.
No, I don't have problem with it. I think it's
You have a
promotional.
problem?
I think it's promotional.
Okay.
So, okay, change the subject.
Yeah.
Come to
I want to know what the problem is.
okay. Come to
Our exhibition?
Sama. Your exhibition is
Our exhibition, yeah.
Our exhibition in
Which mix?
Mixon.
It's happening, it's going to finish it on the 9th?
No, it's
Yeah.
9th of November.
Yeah.
How is it going?
Well, we just opened it the day before, and you came to the opening.
Yeah.
It was a good response so
Okay.
far. Hopefully, we're going to generate more interest, like you were interested.
Yeah.
You were trying to find out what's going on.
Yeah.
People like you might come and knock us more, and we can tell the community more what we're planning to do next.
Okay.
Get them interested.
Get them
for
more, like young generation. They cannot say, they would be proud to say we are British Bangladeshis.
Okay. So you said earlier that there is nothing proud of Bangladesh.
No, they think.
They think.
There is, but that because they don't know about all this, our rich heritage, that's why they think, oh, we don't want to say, this is what
Yeah,
happened to you
yeah.
guys, right?
Yeah.
Because they didn't know anything about it. Lack of knowledge, lack of information. That's why.
It's so restricted. It's so restricted.
Yeah.
It's like nana tafarina, nana lazaisna, nana ikalarkhne findos. You know, it's like it's very restricted. You know, but actually, when you look at our history,
It's so rich.
It's so I mean, I'm still learning, but there's so much that Sharma knows that I'm still learning from Sharma. And when when us three go, you know, when us three go to Bangladesh together, I'm hoping
When
to
you are
Oh,
going?
we're going.
Yeah, we're
we're
going
going to
in
explore
January.
Bangladesh.
When you are going?
January.
January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
so
going a bit earlier, so.
You are going bit earlier.
Yeah.
So you will work with any NGOs or?
Well, I'm hoping to. Yeah.
I'm tagging her along with everywhere, Kumilla
I'm
especially.
hoping to, yeah, I'm hoping to meet a lot.
So you
lot
will
of people.
stay
In Dhaka, I will stay in
Dhaka.
Dhaka.
I must. You stay in Dhaka, but you go to
Because
other
I have
places
to
as
travel
well.
to villages like to see
How
the
long you will
weavers.
stay over there?
I'm planning to stay there for 2 months because it takes long time. If I want to
Okay.
create some new khadi,
Okay.
it takes long time for weavers to weave it. So I need to be there for a longer period of time.
I don't know who is experienced it on jute products in Bangladesh.
I made my last collection was based on jute.
She's
Okay, one of my friend he has got he makes carpet, manufacture carpet. His customer is from Turkey, so he said that jute products is very good for the outfits and things. Do you
I've
think
already
so?
my last collection I made it. We showcased it last time. Out
of
of jute. I made a dress out of jute, and jute, you know, is golden fiber of Bangladesh.
Yeah.
We export a lot of money using jute.
The
but
golden fiber, did you
yeah,
call
it's
it?
called,
Yeah,
it's
golden-
called
I didn't
golden
know that.
fiber.
Yeah, golden fiber. Yeah,
Um,
it's
See,
very
our younger generation need to know
very
that. I see.
popular name
You
was
see,
golden
that's such
fiber,
a
yeah. And once upon a time in British time and in Pakistan time, this region is famous for
Bangladesh
jute-
especially.
jute- Bangladesh actually. After liberation, there was a
Gap.
business rivalry. There are a lot of jute mills burned, and when Bangladeshi jute mill burned, then our neighboring country will build up another jute mills in
India taken over.
their country.
I found interesting information the other day. Someone came to our exhibition and he was giving me some background information on jute. Apparently, British destroyed few of the jute factory. I don't know. I need to do my research on that.
You can research on muslin actually.
No, muslin, yeah.
Muslin is a
muslin. I know the cut of the fingers of the weavers.
Oh God, I didn't know that.
in
Yeah,
this
because they were so fine materials. British didn't want it to continue, so they
10
chopped
feet
off the
muslin
fingers.
piece.
Oh my
You
gosh.
can cover it in a matchbox. So it was that type of. It was in Mughal time. That was very famous.
yes.
After that, British, they call it neel. They cultivated neel in Bangladesh. It's a color.
Nil chash, yeah.
Neel chash, yes. So you know everything.
Little bit of everything. I wouldn't say
Nice.
She should
everything.
run the show.
Yeah, she's taking over anyway. Rukia, so your Nakshi Kata, you are really doing a very good job for reviving it in London.
I haven't started properly.
We will do.
So
will do.
where you will manufacture if you get order, then
The idea is to manufacture in Bangladesh. It always has been, it's a dream. I need to look into how, because the collection, there isn't a collection right now, so we're still in the sort of the progress stage, or where we're trying to collect ideas, collect research. So how I take the collection will be sort of confirmed in the next couple of months, but the Nakshi stitch obviously will be done in Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I'd like to add some screen printing in that, make some abstract shapes. The garments would be more sort of flowy, simple silhouettes, nothing too heavy, but it's definitely in Bangladesh. Yeah.
okay. And what are your years?
Ever since I started studying fashion, everything I make, manufacture in Bangladesh. Nothing makes here. So I use the weavers, and I only use handmade fabrics. That's my specialty, my differences from other designer. I never use any machine-made fabrics. Everything I made so far is handmade, hand-woven fabrics, and made by Bangladeshi weavers.
Because
Okay.
she's ethical and sustainable.
Yeah, I practice ethical and sustainable fashion. Yeah,
It's not organic.
it is organic. It's 100% organic.
Okay. So it's color, fabric,
I don't use any chemical. I always natural dye.
natural dye.
Always natural dye.
From
Nothing.
what?
Even the thread I use
Thread.
is not synthetic. It's cotton thread. I make sure the thread is cotton. I don't go for synthetic cotton.
Okay. So where you can get it from?
Because like I said, I worked with a company called Jatra, and they specialize on handmade, 100% Bangladeshi thing. So I get all my resources from them. They have their weavers. They collect the fabrics. They make the fabrics. They have their own villages full of weavers. So I will be collecting the sources from there. And this time we're working with Proportona. We're doing a collaboration with Proportona.
Yeah.
Actually, the fabrics you saw in the exhibition was provided by Proportona.
Okay.
And
You are not doing anything with Brack or Arong? Not yet.
No.
No.
Not yet.
Okay.
I have had a meeting with them last time when I was in Bangladesh. They wanted me to do a collection on Nakshi Katha, but I wasn't ready to do Nakshi Katha that time. I was working with jute, so I told them I'm working in jute. So maybe you can
Give
go
them a
and
call.
talk to them.
I
Yeah,
know I've had my meeting with Rajesh. Rajesh
the
is
head designer.
head designer of Arong. They asked me
Rajesh
to do.
what? So what is his second name?
He's
I have his business card.
He's Indian.
Okay.
He's from
He's
India.
Indian,
Indian,
must be
yeah.
from India. Yeah.
He's the head of the
Head
design
designers.
department of Arong. I was also honoured to obviously asked to do a collection, but it was to do with the cushions, so the interior stuff. Yeah, I'd love to in the future, but I think at the moment I'm in the UK, so it's hard to work with Bangladesh. The idea was to be in Bangladesh for 6 months, working with their manufacturers, their sort of artisans over there, but it's hard to be here and do that as well. So.
Have you heard anything about Manipuri?
Manipuri,
In
yeah, the
Sylhet?
tribal.
Yeah. So in Sylhet town there is a big area called Manipuri Polli.
Okay.
It's like in Banarasi Polli in Dhaka. Have you been there?
And
I've been to the shops. I've been to the
Manipuri.
shops. I haven't been to
Manipuri
the
is an
village.
indigenous community.
No, the word you said after, Polli.
Manipuri.
Banarasi Polli.
Oh,
And Manipuri Polli in Sylhet town, they have got about 100 shops there, and they design it, they manufacture it, they sell it. So
It's their own fabrics, indigenous fabrics.
yes, and it's like Bibi Russell's one, this handloom.
Gamcha, it's like gamcha type. They make their own fabrics and they have their own pattern they follow. The triangular. But I went to the area, but I didn't see any weavers weaving it. I only saw shops they're selling it.
Yeah,
but I didn't
Weavers
see.
is in Komalganj.
Oh, that's where I want to go. Yeah.
In Sylhet town, there are 4 or 5 places. They call it para,
Oh,
Area.
It's neighborhood. So they actually it's a cottage industry. And they do it in their home. One room they use it as a tat,
Weaving machine.
tat handloom. And okay, my next question to you: do you think it's a practical idea to have a shop in London or
no way.
no?
No.
Why?
A practical shop in London.
For
Selling-
is it practical?
What do you mean?
To selling your products.
I think it's restricting. I think it's good to have a place like different venues and different areas and different boroughs that you can target really, I think. And the generation now is all online as well, so it's just nicer to be accessible online and stuff. And if there are places that offer us a space for a month or two, like John Baker, he has a brilliant workshop that we can showcase our work in anytime. He's very welcoming. And
Because at the moment our collection is like one piece based. It's not manufactured. It's not like you see in the high street.
Okay.
So when it's go to that stage, maybe in the future we can. But
I'd
at the
like
moment,
to.
it's a.
It's
My
like
next collection.
okay.
I would go.
So
I
if
would
you
like
get the
to.
sponsor or if you get these business people come to you and
Yeah.
if they want to.
I'm manufacturing my next collection. I'm doing a small quantity of the designs, which I will sell online. You can have 1 or 2 pieces in a boutique that's already running, but that's like a franchise of a. Do you get it? You just put your piece in there and they get a percentage of the sales because it's in their shop. But I wouldn't have a shop just dedicated to myself.
And I'm still looking for investor for my jute because jute is quite costly.
Exactly.
My collection, the piece I made, it cost me a lot. So to continue to do that collection, I need financial support, so which I'm stuck at the moment.
I hope you will get the
Thank you very
sponsor
much.
and investor as well. So thank you for coming to our studio.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so
Okay.
much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank
you Shama, রোকেয়া ফাহমিদা। আমরা শেষ করতে যাচ্ছি আমাদের আজকের অনুষ্ঠান। আমাদের অনুষ্ঠানে আজকে যে 3 জন ব্রিটিশ বাংলাদেশি যোগ দিলেন তারা অনেক কথা বললেন, আপনারা শুনলেন। আমি শেষ করার আগে এটুকু বলতে চাই, আপনারা এগিয়ে আসুন এবং তাদের প্রকল্পকে সুন্দর, সফল এবং সার্থক করে তুলুন। আগামী অনুষ্ঠান পর্যন্ত ভালো থাকুন, সুন্দর থাকুন, সুস্থ থাকুন।